What's up, Psych 2000 crew? If you're in Professor Migue's class, then you are in the right place. Welcome to the ultimate walkthrough for Quiz 1. We're going to break down everything you need to know to absolutely crush this thing. Okay, so here's our game plan. Think of this as a video game. First, we'll hit the mission brief to get all the logistics. Then, we're going to power through 4 levels, one for each chapter. And finally, we'll hit the victory screen for a quick recap. You ready? Let's go. Let's go. All right, first step, the mission brief. This is the official T on Quiz 1. We're talking about all the need-to-know details before we even get into the actual content. Pay attention to this part. Okay, here's the lowdown. The quiz is on McGraw-Hill Connect, and this is important. You have to use the Proctorio extension. No excuses. It's 20 questions, half a point each, for a total of 10 points. And yeah, that's a whole 10% of your final grade, so this quiz definitely matters. It covers everything from chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look, don't sweat this slide. Setting up Proctorio is super easy, and doing it ahead of time will save you from a major L on quiz day. Just make sure you're using Google Chrome. Install the extension, run a little pre-exam check, and have your photo ID handy. That's it. Do it now. Thank me later. All right, mission brief complete. Let's jump into level 1, social psych basics. This is the tutorial level, the foundation for the whole game, all coming from chapter 1. So, what even is social psychology? Put simply, it's the science of your social life. It's the scientific study of how we think about each other, influence each other, and relate to each other. It's the code behind your group chat drama, first date awkwardness, all of it. Next up, hindsight bias. You know when your friend's toxic relationship finally blows up and you're like, oh my god, I totally saw that coming. That's hindsight bias. It's that I knew it all along feeling that makes us think we're psychic, even when we had no idea what was going to happen. Okay, this is a big one. You have to know the difference here. Correlational research just looks for relationships. Like, do ice cream sales go up when it gets hotter? Yes, but it can't say one thing causes another. For that, you need experimental research where you actually control and manipulate things. So repeat after me, correlation is not causation. Level 1 complete. Let's move on to level 2. This one is all about the main character of this story, you. We're diving deep into the self in a social world. You ever get a tiny stain on your shirt and walk into class feeling like there's a giant flashing neon sign pointing right at it? That's the spotlight effect. It's that gut feeling that everyone is noticing every little thing about you. But here's the secret. They're not. They're too busy worrying if you're staring at the stain on their shirt. Look at, this is basically about culture's influence on your personal operating system. In individualistic cultures, like here in the US, it's all about me. Your identity is your own. The motto is, be true to yourself. But in collectivistic cultures, it's all about we. Your identity is tied to your group, your family, your community. The focus is on harmony.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Let me introduce you to your brain's personal hype man, the self-serving bias. This is our natural tendency to see ourselves in the best possible light. You get an A on a test, you're a genius. You get an F, the professor clearly hates you. We take all the credit for our wins and blame everyone else for our losses. On to level 3, decoding the vibe. Our social world is a lot, so our brains use mental shortcuts to figure it all out without exploding. Let's look at those. This is a classic. You're gonna see it everywhere. The fundamental attribution error. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. Your immediate thought is, wow, what a massive jerk, right? That's judging their personality. You probably didn't think, oh, maybe they're rushing to the hospital. That's the situation. We automatically blame the person, not their circumstances. Our brains are kind of lazy. They love these shortcuts, or heuristics. The representativeness one is basically stereotyping. You see someone with glasses and think, nerd. The availability one is when your brain thinks something is super common just because you can easily think of an example like being terrified of sharks after binge watching Shark Week. They're fast, but they can get us into trouble. Get ready, it's time for the boss battle. Level 4, actions and attitudes. This is where we get to the wild and kind of backward idea that what we do can actually change what we think. So here's the big plot twist of social psychology. We all think our attitudes and beliefs make us act a certain way, but a lot of the time, it's the complete opposite. Our actions come first, and then our brains basically create the attitude to match the action. Okay, so why does this happen? Reason number one, self-presentation theory. This is all about looking good and being consistent. It's impression management. We don't want to look like a hypocrite, so if we do something, we adopt the attitude that goes with it, just to keep up appearances. Reason number two is cognitive dissonance. This is that super uncomfortable, cringy feeling you get when you do something that goes against your beliefs. Like, you know smoking is bad, but you do it anyway. That creates tension. To get rid of that tension, it's easier to change your belief. It's not that bad for me, than to change your behavior. And the final reason is self-perception theory. This is when you're not really sure how you feel about something, so your brain acts like a detective and it looks at your own actions for clues. You see yourself smoking and you think, well, here I am smoking again. I guess I must like smoking. You infer your attitude from your own behavior. And scene. You've officially cleared all 4 levels. Welcome to the victory screen, my friend. Let's do a super fast recap of the toughest concepts you can lock in that A. Okay, lightning round, let's go. Hindsight bias, I totally called it. Correlational is a link, experimental is cause. Fundamental attribution error, blaming the player, not the game. Okay, and a new one to lock in. Self-efficacy is your belief that you can do something, while self-esteem is how you feel about yourself overall. And finally, cognitive dissonance is changing your mind to feel better, while self-perception is figuring out your mind by watching what you do. You nail these, you're golden. So, what's the real point of all this? It's not just about memorizing terms for a quiz. It's about getting the cheat codes to understand the social world around you. Now that you know this stuff, how are you going to see it play out today? With your friends? Online? Think about it. You're prepped, you're ready, you got this. Good luck.